computer. Okay, there we go. Okay, well, welcome to, I believe this is week 6 of our boot camp, growing to blended ED. For those of you that don't know what a blended ED is, a blended ED is you've reached the rank of executive director through frontline volume of a minimum of 4,800 in frontline volume and 1 senior coach, which means you have 1 coach that is supporting at least 5 clients. And that's what we call a blended ED. And the reason it's important to build to blended ED is that's how this business is built. We can all get to executive director through frontline volume only. And most of us actually do it that way. We bring on a lot of clients in the beginning, and some of us get to that blended ED, the 6,000 in frontline volume. But in order to build this business, we need to sponsor people. And so we really want to be talking about coaching. We were talking about that a little bit in the beginning here, how important it is to sponsor people, because there's going to be people that really need this program that aren't going to hear it from us. They're going to hear it from some of our clients because they're close to our clients. They're brothers, sisters, family members, close friends of somebody that we're sponsoring, that we're helping with this program. And it's going to take that person to reach out to them to be able to impact their life. And that's what we're trying to do, impact as many lives as we can. And so today we're training on Facebook, on social media, not just particularly Facebook. If Instagram's your choice of social media, that's fine. We're really just talking about social media today and how we can utilize this incredible tool to build our business. It's how I built my entire business, is through Facebook. Yes, there were some connections, definitely authentic connections through friendships and people who saw me and want to know what I was doing. But for the most part, most of my connections have been through Facebook. That's how I started on this program. It was because of a conversation, a private message that I received on Facebook from my coach. And so it's exciting. You know, a lot of people, especially when you're new, we all have these concepts about what social media is. You know, social media, it's always changing. It's always different. In just the 2 years that I've been a coach, it's been a huge change in the way I view social media, the way I interact on social media. It's a huge opportunity to reach just literally thousands of people that you would never be able to reach. And so I absolutely love it. I embrace Facebook. I love Facebook. I think it's one of the greatest things that we have available to us today. But it has changed. Like I said, there's a lot of people on Facebook that use it for their business, and they're promoting their business on there. And, you know, that's what's really different about Optavia. Yes, we promote our business, but we do it through a different way. We do it through connecting authentically with people, through conversations, and through branding ourselves on social media. So we're going to talk a little bit about what that looks like to brand ourselves on social media. There's a few things we want to touch base on how to post, all of those things. That's what we really want to do, is how to represent yourself on social media, whatever platform you're utilizing. Joy and I came to this through different times. It's funny, when I first was on Facebook, I did it through my wife's account. I didn't want to have my own Facebook account. I thought it was kind of silly. That was about 9 years ago, and I said, I don't really need Facebook. I don't want to deal with all that. But I had to log into my wife's. So I would continually go on there through hers and watch people. And then it got to the point where I started commenting a lot more. But of course, I was on my wife's Facebook, so I was commenting under my wife's name. So she would constantly, but that was not my comment. That was my husband's comment on that. And she would get all worked up. And so eventually I just broke down and I started my own Facebook page. And really the only reason I started Facebook was because I had all these great things I was doing with my kids. And I really didn't have a camera except for my phone, and like all these pictures on my phone. And what do I do with them? How do I, track what's going on? I want to have this, my wife used to scrapbook. She doesn't anymore. So Facebook was my way of just kind of journaling and keeping basically a photo diary of the things that were going on in our lives and these amazing things I was doing with my kids and my family. And it was really cool. And that's what I utilized it for. And so when I became a coach, I had a pretty good Facebook presence. I had about 800 friends, and I interacted a lot on there. And I remember scrolling through Facebook, just wasting hours on Facebook. Man, if I could just figure out a way to make a living on Facebook, that'd be awesome. And then, of course, I was able to do that. And I get to utilize Facebook as my business tool today. And it's awesome. I love it. And so it's really exciting. It's a lot of fun. I made so many great connections. You know, I heard one of the integrated business directors share one day about how the people that are going to help you build this business, the people that are going to help you achieve global director and presidential director are people you don't even know yet. You haven't even met them yet. And you're just going to meet them through the power of social media, through connection, authentically connecting with people that are going to want what you have or struggling in an area that they see you excelling in and say, you know, how can you help me in this area? And what a gift it is to be able to help people get physically healthy, financially healthy, mentally healthy. It's just amazing. Our program is so unlike anything else. You know, Joy and I were just on a celebration call with a client that's just doing fantastic on program. She's been on 9 days, and you know, yeah, she lost 6 pounds and 4.5 inches, but man, the changes that have taken place. She was in a car accident about a year ago, and she just really struggled with a lot of pain. She couldn't sleep because she was in so much pain, and she hadn't been able to walk in a year, and that was kind of the time for her and her husband to connect. And in 9 days on program, she was already sleeping better by day 4. She was in so much less pain, and she was able to go out and walk 15,000 steps on like day 6. And her and her husband on this long walk, and it was just amazing to see the light that had been put back into her life through this program. And it had nothing to do with weight loss. Yes, like I said, she lost a little bit of weight and she lost some inches, but you know, it was just so amazing. It just really reinforces what an incredible gift we have, and how we just got to get out and break down all these concepts we have about social media and this, you know, fake book and all these other things that people, all these negative connotations that come along with social media that people have. And we have them too. I had them too. And I know my partner on this really had some, and she almost didn't coach because she knew if she became a coach, she was going to have to go on social media, and she was really private, didn't want to go on social media. And so came from totally different stories. Came to Facebook and putting ourselves out there. And so I've always been that just outgoing, life of the party. My whole life is, you know, open book. You know, you want to know anything about me, I'll tell you. I live out loud on Facebook every single day and share my whole life on there. So that's just who I am. I'm not real private. I just like, whatever, you know, this is who I am. Accept me for who I am, or, you know, get on down the road. I don't care. And so we come from totally different backgrounds. So I'm excited for her to share how she came to this and how she got over some of the concepts with Facebook. So thank God she did, because like I said, that's how we reconnected after 30 years of not really having any interaction. You know, we grew up together since 6th grade. We're actually really close and good friends all through high school. And like I said, didn't talk for about 30 years, but because she decided to take a chance and put herself out on Facebook and send me a private message, here we are today. So I'd like to welcome my co-host, my coach, my amazing and beautiful friend, Joy Avini.
Wow, thank you. Good morning, Octavia Huz. You know, I wanted to, that story that Donald just shared about his client would have never connected without Facebook, without social media. And so I do love, this is what I love about our program. We all come from a different space, but it all works out for all of us. So yes, Donald is right. As I think most of you know, I used to be in corporate America. I was in the fashion industry, and I loved my career, but I was never on Facebook. I was not on social media. Yes, he's right. I've come from a very private community. I'm outgoing, but I'm also private. You know, I'm like, I'm not sharing my stuff out there. Like, I have my friends, that's enough. And I was watching Justin, and I was sharing with Donald this morning. It was annoying to me how much he was on Facebook, because he said, you know, Joy, I'm growing this business on Facebook. So then I would log in. I don't remember someone else's account, and I would look, and I was like, he's so annoying. But guess what? He was annoying all the way to the bank, and that got my attention. Full disclosure, right? You know, and I waited 4 years, and a big part of that was social media. So I had no account. Jamil laughs and said he had a friend request for me for 6 years. But what happened was I had enough. And Justin said, Joy, if you really want to coach and make a difference, you will need to be on social media and you need to open a Facebook account. And I was like, okay, because guess what? I had a huge why. My why was to be with my children. So that why was like, okay, that was enough for me to open up a Facebook account and jump on social media. So it was scary. I didn't like it. We joke about, we have these, our Facebook launch, and for newer coaches, that's where you post a before and after, you share your story. Please get with your mentor coach on that. But for me, it scared me because Justin wanted me to post my before and after picture, not realizing when I took a picture of myself in a bathing suit, that would be my picture. So again, I wouldn't post it. Justin said, do you want to stay home with your kids? You need to post your picture. So I posted it, and there was a lot of activity, but I didn't know how to use Facebook, and I deleted my Facebook launch by mistake. But the beauty of social media and Facebook is I just reposted it again. No, I didn't get any clients from it. But what I did get was action and presence and building a brand. And so I really want to talk about what this is about. And like Donald referenced, what I love about our model, besides what we do to transform lives and partner with people, is we create how we want people to see us. How do you want to be seen? Are you an cook? You're in business, you probably do. Do you like animals? So the beauty of this is we brand how we want to be seen. Now, in corporate America, when I was in fashion, I used to do celebrity branding. So I would partner with celebrities and work with them on their advertising and launch in department stores. Millions of dollars of advertising. Okay, here it's free. Like, it is free, guys. And you get to show up how you want to. And that's the beauty of this. Now, I love social media. And because I get to show up how I want to, I'm in complete control. And badge of honor. The last we went to our high school reunion, and I walked in and I was like the belle of the ball because here's Joy. She's not on social media. So maybe it was a little of an ego trip too, because everyone came up to me and I was talking about my twins. But anyways, that doesn't happen anymore, but it's so much better because now I wouldn't have connected with Donald. I wouldn't have connected with most of the people on my team. I wouldn't have connected with my clients. And again, it's how I want to show up and how you want to brand yourself. And there are 350 million people in America and a heck of a lot on social media. So I wanted just to really kind of, again, really think about who you are, what you represent. And if you're fairly new, that's okay. Like, I'm a goofball. I love to post that I embarrass my children. I have 12-year-old twins. That's fun for me. I post really silly jokes. I talk about my bearded dragon has like a huge following. Spike gets more Facebook Lives than I do. But you know what? People connect to that. And so that's who I am, and that's my authentic self. So in the beginning, if you just need a little help on how to brand, get with your mentor coach. We follow a rule called FORD: friends, occupation, recreation, dreams. Those are things that you can post. So again, we're here just to kind of walk you through it. I just want to do a shout out for Donald. I went to Disneyland with my bestie yesterday, and Donald had maybe an hour and a half of sleep and put together some really cool slides. So I want to give him a shout out. And so we're going to jump on there. And again, I just want you to remember you're in complete control of how you show up. And we're going to walk you through it. So cool. So Donald, thank you.
Awesome. Great job, Joy. So we want to talk a little bit. A lot of you guys probably see or hear about this thing called the 3x3x3. Hopefully you're familiar with what that is, but if you're not, we want to talk a little bit about that. So I'm going to share my screen, and hopefully you guys all be able to see it. Let's see. Let's see if I can go to present mode. Just take a second here for it to load. What? Let's see. Let me try it one more time. Worked earlier. There we go. Okay, can you see my screen, Joy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So want to talk a little bit about social media. First off, maybe put in the chat, maybe put a 1 in the chat if you have some hesitations with social media, with posting on there, or if you have some concepts about it, you know, throw it in the chat. So this is what a 3x3x3 looks like. So first 3 is 3 posts per day. Now, if you're new and you're like new to social media, new to coaching, and you're posting like once a week prior to this, it's okay. Just do 1 post a day. Start slow. It's all right to start with baby steps. Most of us do post 2 to 3 times a day as health coaches. And you can post about all kinds of different things. Family life, before and after, transformational stories. Post about your interests. What are you passionate about? Music, arts, inspirational stuff, healthy recipes. There's all kinds of different things that you can post on Facebook. But always, always, always post authentic stuff. Remember, this Facebook page represents you. So it's very important that everything on there is authentically you. I don't share anything on Facebook from other pages, from other coaches. Now, I might steal something from another coach and turn it into my own, and it's totally okay to do that. We do that all the time. If you know, I don't usually take anything from Joy because we have like 650 new friends. So I don't usually use her you know, the things that she uses on Facebook, because I know most of our friends have already seen that, but I do utilize stuff from other coaches all the time because it is authentically me. I feel I relate to it. It's who I am, and so I utilize that. But I always copy the picture or whatever, and then make my own post with it. So make sure everything that is on your Facebook page is authentically you. Like I said, I don't share anything. I don't share music on my thing, stuff like that. I just, you know, I try to bring value and content in everything I post. Everything I post is very intentional. Then the next part of the 3, which Joy and I talked about a couple of weeks ago, is starting those authentic conversations. We can do that lots of different ways. Birthday messages are great. You know, like I said, when I started on Facebook, I had about 800 friends. Now I have 5,000 friends. And I'm pretty much maxed out on Facebook friends. So I'm constantly deleting people that aren't active and adding new people. And so one of the ways that I reach out to people is through birthday messages. We just did a power hour at 10 o'clock on Thursday with our team. And there were a few of us on there, and we used that hour just to make connections. And I sent out 25 messages in about 40 minutes just for people's birthdays. I had 25 people that had birthdays in the last couple of days. And so I just sent out a message to them wishing them a happy birthday. I usually do it a day or 2 after their birthday. That's just how I like to do it, because they get inundated on Facebook on their birthday, like 350 people post on their wall and all that. I'll send them a private message a couple days later and say, hey, you know, I know I'm a little late to the party, but hey, how was your birthday? Did you do anything fun or exciting? The second way to connect is through follow-ups to our likes and comments on the content that we post on Facebook. As people are liking and commenting on it, you can reach out to them and send them a private message. You can also just go through your friends list. You can go, okay, you know what? I'm going to reach out to the C's today, and just go to everybody that has a C, go onto their page, comment, like some stuff, and then send them a private message. Ask about their posts, spark that engagement. You know, maybe they just went to Fiji or something on vacation. It was just like this beautiful thing. He said, oh man, I always wanted to go there. How was it? You know, what was your favorite part about it? And you just, you know, the thing about this is, don't be weird about it. Just be like, if you ran into this person in the store and you know, would you just kind of duck and hide from them, or would you talk to them? Of course you talk to them. You're gonna be social. You're gonna talk to them. Go, hey, I just saw you posted about Fiji. How was that? That's probably what you'd ask them, right? Just same thing in Messenger. You're just starting a conversation, authentic conversation. And then we want 3 connections per day. Now, connections is not just sending out a friend request, but actually making a new friend on Facebook. There's lots of different ways to do that. You can go to your current friends and find out, who you have mutual friends with. Like if there's somebody you went to high school with, like Joanna, that's why we have so many mutual friends. We grew up our whole lives together, and we're part of this ought to be a community. So we have a lot of mutual friends through that. So I can go onto her Facebook page or someone else's, or I can go into like my old high school has a page and look at all the members in my high school page. And all of a sudden start clicking friends. Also, Facebook suggests friends for you. You can go right into your friends list, and over on the right, it says find friends. Click on that. And I would just go through and I'd start, friend requesting everybody that I had multiple mutual friends with, and see how we were connected. And then people you encounter in your daily life as you're out and about. I was out getting my hair cut the other day. I started talking to the lady cutting my hair about what I do as a health coach. Showed her my before and after. Said, wow, I'd really like to hear more about that. Great. Hey, are you on Facebook? Yes, I am. Awesome. Clicked right on her page, sent her a friend request. So we can connect with people through daily life just like that. So we're going to talk about what these personal posts look like. And so, sorry, I'm just moving this out of the way. So this is just some personal posts of mine, okay? So this is me and my daughter. We went out the other night and saw Anastasia down at the Pantages. We stopped and had dinner. So that was my little daddy-daughter day. I posted our dinner. It got pretty good interaction, 35 likes. I posted also a picture of me eating a healthy dinner, a grilled chicken salad. Then this was a Facebook memory that popped up, which was really cool. I love the Facebook memories. It's the best. I've been on there for 6 years now. And so this is something that popped up about 5 years ago. Now, I didn't share the memory. It gives you that little button. You can just click it and share it, which is really simple, right? Just click it, share it. Guess what? It's not going to get any of your interaction because the way the Facebook algorithms work, it'll post it to your page, but it's not going to put it on people's news feeds. But what I did is I created a new post with those pictures. Said, oh my God, how cute are these little girls? Cuteness overload, daddy's girls. And, I can't see if it got like 80 or 90 likes and a lot of interaction. And it was really cool. Then this last picture, this is me just being a fool at church. I'm a youth group leader and I teach Sunday school to the 4th and 5th graders. We also do this large group where we have all the kiddos come out and I get up on stage and I do a game with them and stuff. And so we were talking about courage. And so I showed up in a tutu and said, hey, it takes a little bit of courage to come up on stage in a tutu. I mean, look at the interaction. Got 123 likes and 24 comments just on this stupid picture of me in a tutu. So a really cool opportunity to reach out to people through an authentic post and me just having fun. Then we want to try and inspire others. This is just a post I just said, hey, I'm not trying to be perfect. I just want to feel good and know that I'm healthy. My girls deserve it. I got 81 comments. This is just a little bit of verbiage that I put on a Facebook post. That's where you put a background to it, so it makes it stand out. And we're great. A lot of interaction on that. Then, I saw this post. This was probably something I stole from another coach or another Facebook page. I saw it on someone's page. Thought it was really cool. No matter how old the girl gets, she never stopped needing her dad. Then I just put a little bit of my verbiage with it. Remember, guys, we're the example of how a man should treat a woman. Set the bar high. 19 people shared that post. That's 19 opportunities for me to reach out to people and go, hey, I saw you shared my post. Thanks so much for sharing that. Obviously, it really spoke to you. What was it that spoke to you about that? And start an authentic conversation based on that. Also got 99 likes and 9 comments. Then, Desiree and I do a Motivational Monday breakfast to try and inspire people and through authentic connections on a face-to-face basis. So you want to inspire people however you can. We have Joy share a little bit some of the authentic posts that she did. She gets a lot of interaction on these. Really cool stuff. So go ahead, Joy.
Cool. Thank you. I love those posts, Donald. So again, I talk a lot about my animals. And so just randomly, I was taking my dog Stella to get groomed and I just shot a quick picture. So this is the beauty of social media. Even though I'm very intentional, when I'm out and about, I'm going to take pictures everywhere I go and I store them. So this day I was in the moment, I took a picture and I posted it, and people loved it. So I'm just going to share a little bit. When I post something, I always go on and I thank people, a lot of times on my feed, so people can see that. And then I also go into Messenger, and this one I put, "So kind of you to like my picture with my dog Stella. Are you also an animal lover?" That's it. Copy and paste that. I put their name in there. So, definitely get with your mentor coach and how that looks for you. But I wanted just to share how easy it is to send a message and how quick. So that one has generated a lot of, back and forth. And I posted a picture. I want to get my hair cut. So sometimes in creating interaction, "Hey, you guys, do you think I would look good with this haircut? My hair's from the 80s. It's time to update myself." I always make jokes, and those are real authentic jokes. My hair hasn't changed since the 80s. And I like to make people laugh, and it makes people feel comfortable, and that's my personality. That got over 100, and I got a lot of comments. So again, I will send them a private message and thank them. And then I will also, once I get my hair done, I'll post that. Again, very authentic. Um, this other one about, teenagers, that one I posted in a couple groups, again, creating a lot of dialogue. And some of these, when I send a private message like that about teenagers, I'll put in there, "Thank you for, liking my post about, the crazy teen years. It's such a blessing to leave corporate America and be home with them. And just wanted to check in and see how you're doing. Do you have teens?" So I put in there what I do, and then I turn around and ask them a personal question. So again, get with your mentor coach, because you can layer in what you do without it being in their face, because they'll go to your feed and they'll see who you are. And again, we can help you with that. But just to see, these are very authentic posts. Then my daughter was sick. It used to be when my kids were sick, my husband and I would look at each other and go, "Oh my God, who's staying home? I'm getting on a plane to New York. You're going into a meeting. Who's going to be home with our kids?" It was the worst feeling in the world. Now I can be present and make homemade chicken noodle soup. So I posted that. And I also sent a private message about being home with them and eating healthy. So again, everything's authentic. Everything's intentional, but you don't have to overthink it. When you can just take pictures and be in the moment. But please, if you have any questions on how to do this for your business and branding yourself, get with your mentor coach, because it's really, really easy to do and it doesn't feel weird. You don't want to feel weird. Like Donald said, it's like when you go to Target and you run into an old friend. It's like that. So, just again, these are very authentic posts, but it's created a lot of conversations. And remember, the key to branding ourselves is inviting people into our lives, right? This is my life now. So people see that, and I'm hoping if they connect to it, I can share that with them. So that's the whole point of being present. I post minimum 3 times a day, because I want them to see that I'm building a business. Remember, it's about consistency, guys. Every day. If you can only get one post in, get one post in. But like Donald said, everyone is sharing a business on social media. I don't see anyone sharing a business from a branding point of view and not selling something. So we have a very unique business model, and make sure you use that. Okay, we have a gift here. So that's my personal posts. And,
cool. So these are also really important that because Joey and I have been fortunate enough to build this business to a level where we can do it full time. I know a lot of people on here have second jobs or primary jobs, and they do this part time on the side. But a lot of people, 3 out of 5 people don't really like their jobs. I was one of them. Joy loved her job, but it didn't allow her the freedom to be present with her kids as much as she wanted to. It took her away from raising her children. Mine was just stressful and I didn't like it. I was just over it. I've been in staffing for like 15 years and it had enough. And so this business allows us to have tremendous time freedom. So this first one is just a picture of Joy and her best friend Laura at Disneyland on a Friday, because she can be. I got it, you know, it's just a picture of her and Chewbacca. I love her post. It just says, "Damn, I love a man with facial hair." 110 likes, you know, on that silly little picture. This is a picture of me having lunch with my wife on a Thursday, lunch with my love, you know, with her I Am Groot shirt on. You know, I got 80 likes, 4 comments, but it just shows there I am out on a Thursday having lunch with my wife. Then this one, here's another one on a Tuesday. You know, I had some family come in from Texas, and they were going to Universal Studios. So I took Michaela out of school, and me and her went down and spent the day down at Universal on a Tuesday. And it was really cool. We had a great little daddy-daughter day and got to, you know, hang out with cousins from Texas. But once again, it's showing that time freedom that I'm able to do this. And then, you know, Mackenzie's first homecoming down, so it's got a lot of interaction, 123 likes on that, that I can reach out to people, thanking them for liking the post about her. But, you know, I was present to be able to do that and go out and take pictures with her, and, you know, took her to a park and took some of her friends, and we took them out to dinner, and, you know, drove them to her dance, her first homecoming dance. Really cool. You know, these type of things only come around for so long in our lives. And, you know, so many people are so wrapped up in their careers and business and trying to earn a living that they're missing out on life. And all of a sudden they start to see this and go, oh my gosh, I really connect with this. How is he doing this? How are they doing this? I want this. And they connect authentically with that. Then, you know, obviously we are building a business. We do transform lives, and we want to represent that on our page. You know, because of Facebook's algorithms and the way they set stuff up, Facebook's really you know, they don't want people promoting their businesses on Facebook because it's not what it was created for. That's why taking a different approach like Optavia does has really helped us to utilize Facebook in such a powerful way, because it takes stuff off of news feeds based on different verbiage and words, keywords where people are trying to get people or hook people or sell people or, you know, direct message me, private message me. So we've got to be careful about what we post and the words we use, because that'll change the algorithm. Now here's one that Joy posted about transformational story. It actually got 41 likes, which is big. That's big for a transformational story. It's awesome. And obviously a great transformation. I've done a little thing this last month where I've been doing these 30 days of hope, and I've been sharing only transformational stories of people that I personally know. And so there's David Harrison. I also shared his wife, Alyssa. They got 29 likes. They got a lot of interaction. Because not only, and this is why we take so many pictures when we're at events with people, because we want to be able to share our authentic story and not just be posting like, oh yeah, there's somebody, they don't even know if we know them or they're from our program or whatever. But here, obviously I have authentic connections with these people. There's lots of interaction. You know, there's Dave and I at breakfast. I put, you know, his before and after, his picture of his mother and him. And then, you know, Jeanette and I, you know, there we are on the TV news when I was back in Colorado, and we went and promoted her, her doggy rescue for the Boxer Rescues. And then there's us at convention, and also on our cruise. And I think that's in Puerto Rico, maybe. You know, people know that this is not just, I'm not just, you know, trying to push a product. I'm actually connecting with these people. We have, you know, actual authentic connections, and that's really important. Then the other thing we want to talk about is community. So many people out there are missing on community. You know, they get up, they go to work, they come home, they get up and they do it all again the next day. And, you know, this also shows time freedom. You know, we're at breakfast. I'm on breakfast at Mondays. I'm on breakfast at Wednesdays. You know, the first post here is a really cool thing I did with Priscilla Allen and Priscilla Nelson and James Richard. We went out to the Rose Bowl and did like a kind of an amazing race thing. And it was really cool. It's this adventure challenge. It was a fundraiser we did. And then obviously there's us at breakfast in Monrovia that we do every Wednesday. It's a great place to connect. If you have people, maybe you can't be there on Wednesday, you can definitely send them out there to connect with us. Whether they're clients, they're interested in coaching opportunity. Being around this community is key. I guarantee you, if you get people out to some of these events, it's going to change their perspective and their mind on what it is we do. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is on these personal posts, it should have 2 to 3 hours apart. Don't post back to back to back, because all it does, if you start getting a lot of interaction on one of your posts, don't go, oh, I'm going to post something else, because I'm getting a lot of interaction. All it does is put that new post up on people's news feeds and take the other one down. So you want to spread posts out throughout the day. If you're only doing once, maybe once in the morning. Morning's a really good time to post, early in the morning. And then, maybe one in the afternoon and one in the evening. Split them out 2, 3, 4 hours apart. And so community is really important, guys. I can't stress that enough. Being at events and also promoting events and getting people to events. Now, the dreaded Facebook Live. I just added this in just so you don't enjoy it before. Maybe throw in a 2 in the chat if you have a problem with going on Facebook Live. I know Joy did. And you can see her here. Obviously, her hair's not done. I don't know what she's doing driving in the car, which is cool. People love that. They don't want you to be perfectly made up,
Oh, can I jump in for a second?
Sure.
Since you brought that up. Yes, guys. So I just want to throw out there when Justin's like, Joy, you probably should do some Facebook Lives and connect with people. I was like, never. And he goes, do you want to stay home with your kids? I went, okay. So remember that why is going to drive you. I stay home with my kids now. But that post was, I literally was leaving to go get my kids during the fires. They called and the principal said, come get your kids. The air quality is really bad. Guess what? I don't have a 9-to-5 job. So that was me driving to get my kids. I pulled over because I thought, who can I touch today? How many working moms out there cannot do this? So I posted I did a Facebook Live from my heart, my hair. Look at my hair, guys. Come on. But I thought, I can touch someone today. I can speak to that mama who does not have the flexibility to do this. So I spoke from my heart and I did it on Facebook Live, and I really didn't care how bad my hair was. And I even joked and talked about my roots. So again, it was okay. And I got a lot of interaction and I got some private messages. So I just wanted to jump in because it's still not my favorite thing to do. It gets easier, but now when you take it off of, well, maybe it's just not about me. Maybe it's about someone that I can change and help and give hope to. So I just wanted to throw that in there.
Awesome. And so most of you guys know I do a thing called the Walk Talk. And it started really early on into my coaching business. I was walking with a friend of mine, Woody Beckley, a guy I grew up with my whole life, who unfortunately passed away at 53 of a heart attack. That's how I started walking. And I walked with him every single day. And when I first started this coaching business, they mentioned that if you want to build this business, you have to do Facebook Lives. I never done Facebook Live either. So don't think I was like this pro at it or I was really comfortable doing it. It was really weird and awkward when I did it the first one. And it's obviously gotten a lot easier, because if you go Facebook Live 7 days a week, guess what? It becomes a habit. It becomes pretty easy. But it's also hard to bring value in content. So I always want to bring value in content. You can see every one of my walk talks has a topic. This one was you can wish for it, but if you really want it, you better work for it. And then is it time to hit the reset button? And I try to be so authentic. I don't prepare anything. I never plan anything. I never write anything down. It's always from my heart, something that we talked about on the walk. If I'm walking with someone or something, some content I listen to, whether it be a sermon or a motivational talk or a podcast, something spoke to me, and I try to be just absolutely authentic and speak from my heart about this topic, whatever it is. And a lot of times I'm talking about this topic because I need to hear it myself. I need to verbalize it and talk about it because it's an issue I'm struggling with. I definitely need to hit the reset button on my health journey. I put on a little bit of weight and I'm not comfortable with it. I need to get back on track with that. Yeah, I wish I was an integrated presidential director with Optavia. Who doesn't? Guess what? Wishing it ain't going to make it happen. It's going to take work. And so if you really want that, then you got to work for it. And so I just talk about those things. And it's really easy. I just pretend I'm talking to a friend of mine. I'm just holding up the phone off to the side here. It's so funny. Somebody asked me, there's a couple of people, hey, who films you when you do those walk talks? I'm just holding my hand out with my phone. That's it. And so it's been pretty cool. It's actually generated so much activity and changed a lot of lives. And people have connected with me at a lot of levels through those talks. So just the last thing we want to touch base on, I know we're getting short on time. We got about 15 minutes and we want to open it up for some questions. But we want to talk a little bit about Facebook stories because that's changed a little bit. That's a new feature for Facebook. They didn't have Facebook stories when I started on Facebook. And so we want to utilize this tool because you can see there was 94 views on this one, 156 on this one of Joy and I. So we want to tell a story. We want to be authentic. We want to be consistent. We want to always bring value. You want to put 4 to 5 stories per day on there, and that's just pictures, really, right, guys? Each Facebook story is just a picture. It's one picture. That's what it is. But you can connect pictures together and do a story. You can do a transformational story and put 5 pictures together, like the ones I did of the 30 Days of Hope. They each have about 5 pictures. So I can put those pictures in, and you can put content on each picture. You can use this to connect because you can see who's viewed it, and you can reach out to them through that. And then, like I said, the consecutive stories will actually tell a story. That's what it's for. So you can use those before and after transformations daily. So these are just a couple of things. I'm out on a hike, doing the Claremont Loop on a Thursday. How did your day start? The next one's really cool. This is Joy and I at an event we did at Justin's. And, 40 years we've been friends since we were about 12 years old. And now we're building this huge business together. And, just still can't believe what we get to do. And, how many people would love to do that, to build a business with somebody they've known since junior high? How cool is that? These are just some other ones, a daddy-daughter day out in Hollywood, picture of me and my daughter. There we are at Universal with the Smiths, my cousins from Texas. There I am in Dallas, the football game with my dad, my brother. And then guess what? You can also do live videos on Facebook stories. You can add music to it. This is me at the Healthy Habits for All event down in San Diego. And I just did a live little video from down there. Really cool. So definitely use Facebook stories. It's another key aspect and another way to make authentic connections with people. Because some people don't really scroll on Facebook. They just go to the Facebook stories and they kind of see what people are up to because it's real fast. It just goes through different people's stories. It's really cool. So just some quick tips while we wrap up here. Like I said from the beginning, this is who you are. You are branding yourself as a person, as a business, as an entrepreneur. Be real on social media. Be you. People will connect with it when they know it's real. People connect with me. When I talk to people that I've never met before, they feel like they know me because they've watched me. They've listened to me every single day. They don't all listen every day, of course, but they've heard me on Facebook and they know me because I'm authentically me. Those Facebook Lives I do are just me talking from my heart. We want to inspire others with what's on our wall. That's what we tried to show you today, is how we inspire others and teach others and really reach out to people in areas that they may be hurting. We want to consistently expand our list, our audience. We're adding people from different groups. This was obviously, I don't join a lot of mommy or makeup groups, but I'm sure some of them out there do. But hiking groups, oh yeah, that would be me. And people you meet in person. Like I said, my hairdresser, the lady that cut my hair the other day, totally connected with her. And the whole point of all of this is to take this private messaging, this conversation that we're having with these people to the phone. We want to connect with them authentically so we can share our story about how this has transformed our lives. And we're going to share that story with passion, and I kind of got reinvigorated when I had that 1 week celebration call. It's so important to do those calls because it just showed me the power of this program that we have. And we're not trying to get anybody or hook anyone. Look, we have an amazing, incredible, life-transforming gift. And we want to just give that away. And we're only looking for people that want that gift. Our only job is to present the gift. Here, I have this amazing thing. Would you like to be part of that? You don't? Okay, no problem. I'll be here when you're ready. Be consistent. Do the work. Do it anyway. Your goals don't care how you feel. So every single day you post, just like every single day. I mean, it's like I talk to people like, well, I was sick. I didn't really feel well. Well, did you feed your kids today? Well, yeah, of course. Yeah, because that's what you do. You feed your kids whether you're sick or not because your kids have to eat. Well, guess what? You want to build this business? You do it when you're sick. It doesn't matter. But the bottom line is with all of this is you got to have fun. If you're not having fun, you're just not doing it right. This is meant to be fun. Joy and I talk about that all the time. That, God, can you believe this is what we get to do? How fun is this? How amazing is this? We get to transform lives, change lives. And guess what? The more lives you transform, the bigger you build this business, the more OptiVia will compensate you for it. You will get compensated beyond anything, beyond your wildest dreams, for simply helping people change and transform their lives. How cool is that? Where else do you get that? It just doesn't happen. So I'm really excited, as you can tell, about what it is we get to do, about this amazing gift that we have. And so that's why I'm so consistent on social media. That's why Joy is so consistent. She's got a big why on what she wants. So hopefully that was helpful for you guys, beneficial. Like I said, we've got we got about 10 minutes left, so we want to open it up to questions. So is there anybody that has any questions at all? You guys can take yourself off of mute. Let me get back into the gallery. There we go. So is there anybody, I saw Ann raised her hand earlier. I didn't know if you had a question, Ann. Was it helpful? Was it beneficial?
Yeah, sorry, I did not have a question. It was very beneficial. Thank you.
Okay.
Justin, oh my gosh.
I know, it says Justin on my thing.
I'm a little tired. That's okay. Have coffee. I wanted to jump on because yes, we focused a lot on Facebook this morning, but connect to whatever social media platform works for you. That works for us because we're old biddies. But, we have a fabulous, one of our business partners, Krista, on our team, uses Instagram, and she's from the younger generation, but she met a woman that was 70 years old on Instagram, guys. So you can connect, again, get with your mentor team, but you can connect your posts to both formats. But my suggestion is find a platform that works for you and go for it and brand yourself. And another thing I wanted to share is there's going to be days you don't want to do it. I know, yes, we have fun. I do have a lot of fun doing this. But there's some days you're not going to be motivated. No, you're not motivated every day. But that's why you dig into your why and you're like, oh, okay, let me post because my why is pretty big. And the consistency. People want to see the consistency of you building a business, that you're not going away. You're not doing mascara one day and doing jewelry the next day, doing toothpaste whitening one day and doing hair care the next day. By you being consistent, first of all, you're showing integrity that you are building a business and you believe in it. And that's who you represent as you brand yourself. So I want you to remember that the consistency, yes, of building a business is important, but the consistency of branding yourself so people see that you're committed and this is a viable business is great. I just had a call for a health assessment. This woman is on her 7th direct marketing company. So I wanted to put that out there, that sometimes you might not feel like doing it, but do it anyway and think about that why. So I just wanted to throw that in there, guys. All right, I guess everyone's fabulous. Cool.
Desiree, do you have something you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, we went over all these wonderful things that we should be sharing. Can we maybe go the other way and talk about things we shouldn't be, like controversial topics, stuff like that?
Yeah, well, I can speak to that because before I was a health coach, I was pretty political. I loved being in political debates. I loved talking to people about it. I loved arguing with people about it. It just kind of was fun for me. And I was very, that's not to say I'm not political. I still have very strong beliefs. Trust me. But guess what? I don't talk to many people about it. And I definitely do not put it on Facebook.
Well, yeah, because we narrow our audience by doing that. Like when we have, it's nice to have our own opinions and it's okay for us to feel a certain way about certain things. But when we know that this kind of raises, arguments in a sense, I know we like to call them debates, but some people start to get upset. We want to kind of avoid that stuff altogether. And even things like doing Facebook Lives, and yes, we want to be passionate, But if we're dropping F-bombs all over the place and, you know, in tears over something that happened years and years ago, if it's something you're passionate about, okay, but just leave the F-bombs out of it maybe, and leave, you know, the anger part out of it, and just show how you've self-improved maybe, and show how you've developed through that and leaned into challenges and grown and gotten stronger, rather than kind of putting yourself back in that dark gray area. Just be empowered by everything and just try to avoid anything that's going to stir up some controversy.
I mean, our whole job as health coaches is to connect with people authentically and to encourage, inspire, and so that's why we avoid controversial things, because we don't want to bring negativity. If I have any negativity on my feed, I delete it immediately. If someone's a very negative person, I'll just block them. If they make a negative comment, I delete it. I don't allow any negativity or toxic stuff on my Facebook page. And you would have to go back 2 years to find anything political on my, and I don't interact on political posts. And I don't typically friend people that post a bunch of politics, because I don't want to be involved in that. Like I said, I still have very strong beliefs, but you wouldn't know it. You wouldn't be able to tell. You would have no idea how I believe. Yeah, like Desiree said, obviously you want to avoid any profanity. A lack of profanity never offended anybody. So I very rarely ever use profanity. Number one, I have 2 little girls, so I live in a home, and the other thing a lot of people will say to avoid is religion. It's a controversial topic. Hey, look, I'm a born again Christian. I have a very strong faith in God. I put that out there. I talk about it a lot during my Facebook Lives. A lot of my inspiration is through spiritual music and sermons. And so a lot of that comes from that. Guess what? Everything you've ever done in life, most of it all came from the Bible. The 12-step program that I did, Optavia, a lot of the foundations that we go by, all of it comes from there. And so I don't have a problem with that. And if somebody's offended by that, I'm okay with it. But that's my personal decision. A lot of people avoid religion at all. They just don't bring it up. But that's who I am. I'm at church every Sunday. I post things from church. I'm a youth group leader. I'm a Sunday school teacher. That's who I am. And guess what? Guess who most of the top leaders in our organization are? They're pastors. So it's all good. And I guarantee they're open about their faith and what they believe. So, you still have to be authentically you. Don't hide who you are because you're afraid of what someone might think. But like we said, put controversial stuff and don't bring negativity into your profile. Great point, Des.
Yeah, we want to attract a wide range of people rather than kind of narrowing our audience. And yes, of course, it's okay to be authentically ourselves. We just don't want to be involved in topics that divide us. You know what I mean?
I think, can you guys hear me okay? I don't know if I have good service or not.
Yeah, we can hear you. Jump out from Sundance?
Yes, sir. We got a few minutes. So I think these are all amazing topics. And, some things, I don't know, maybe you already talked about this, Donald and Joy. So sorry if you did. But I think open-ended questions, guys, to keep the algorithms going are beautiful. I'll say that real quick. And another thing, too, is as far as your business, like I'm at a place where I have to start unfriending people, unfortunately, because I need to switch it from unfriending to following. And that's not something I learned early. So as you guys go to some of these events and you start to make friends with coaches, learn to follow them instead of friending them. That way you can pick and choose a few to maybe follow, as far as like maybe they post a lot of before and afters. You love the cadence of their posts. You want to steal ideas from them, which is awesome. But don't friend a lot of them, because you want to take time to stare at other people's posts that are going to benefit from what you're offering, versus just get on and you see 75 before and afters. So just maybe a few top leaders, friend them or follow them. So things of that nature. But yeah, definitely open-ended questions. And like Donald said, definitely be you. I've learned a lot about what above and below the line means. Over this weekend, we've spent some time with the author of 15 Conscious Leadership I can't even think of the word. My brain's fried today. But anyways, the point is we really learned what up above and below the line is, and there's really no right or wrong. And I think that's something we focus on. We'll talk about that later. But just being open and more coming from a positive experience. So if your car crashed, don't get on a post and say, oh my God, this person's so stupid. My car is wrecked, this and that. Say, wow, emotionally, I'm very flustered, but I'm very proud of myself and how I responded to this. And I'll move forward with this. And hopefully, and I'm glad everybody's not hurt. So you can pick topics that you may think are negative, but if you come to a positive light and show your performance, case in point, Shelly Garcia started to see a transformation in Josh Bomba's posts from a negative space to a positive space, which attracted her to what he was doing. So there's ways of posting things that we can learn from, as long as it's a learning experience and not a negative experience or a knocking somebody, I guess you'd say. So, look at your posts, have fun with them. Don't feel like they're right or wrong, but just make sure they're coming from a positive, growth-minded experience. So those are a couple things I just wanted to throw in there. I don't know if you guys might have already talked about them.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks for hopping on, Justin, from Sundance. That's definitely a goal that Joy and I have, is to be in Sundance with you guys. That's an amazing opportunity to be around those people. So very cool. Glad you guys were able to hop on. Yeah, the difference with Josh Bomba is, guess what? Josh was very political. And then all of a sudden, Shelly saw everything change for him. And he stopped talking about politics, and he started becoming inspirational and talking about positive stuff, and saw his whole life change. Said, what is going on with him? I definitely want to talk to him to find out what's changed for him. So anyways, glad you guys were all able to hop on today. The other thing, one last thing, if there's somebody that you want to connect with on Facebook, and they might not be coming up on your feed because you have a lot of coaches that are your friends, and that's just coming up on your feed and stuff because they're very active. You can just go to their page and like and comment on their stuff. That'll connect you guys, and then send them a private message. Hey, Jamil, what's up, my brother?
Are we on mute?
Yeah, we're on mute.
No.
Oh.
You're not on mute.
Good morning, you guys.
Good. How you doing?
Jamil's running up and down the stairs since it's 35 degrees outside. He's inside exercising, getting that Fitbit in.
I'm trying to be like Don,